it saddens me that the conversation that I'm about to have with you all is not the most exciting news, at least not for me. But this is not clickbait. This is not, just to gas y'all up, get y'all in here to drop another bomb with you all. The title is true. We are moving. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Shalisa if you're new here. Y'all, it feels like it has been so long since I've sat down and had like a one-on-one conversation with you all. As you know, we have been traveling all summer long. My mom came to visit, and now that the school year has started and summer is slowly going away and we're entering into fall, I was like, man, it's just a good time to sit down and have a conversation. I have missed you all, and for those of you who have been keeping up with me in the summer, I greatly appreciate it. If you have not been keeping up with me, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe because you're not going to want to miss all the great content that I have done and that I have coming up. But it saddens me that the conversation that I'm about to have with you all is not the most exciting news, at least not for me. But this is not clickbait. This is not, just to gas y'all up, get y'all in here to drop another bomb with you all. The title is true. We are moving. So I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna just go ahead and jump into it and let the cat out the bag. We are moving to Guam. So some of y'all may be wondering, like, where the heck is Guam? Let's go look. As you can see, we're right here in Naples. And if we go out, Guam is all the way right here. Small, teeny, little island. That is Guam. That will be our new home. Guam is a small island that is really, really close to the Philippines, Indonesia, and Japan. It is an American US territory, so technically we will be going back to the States, but I mean, honestly, where Guam is placed on the map, it's so far from the States. I almost feel like we may be closer to the States here in Italy than we will be in Guam. So I guess it depends on what culture you're talking about. I have been masking my feelings about this move through travel and just kind of really fully enjoying and embracing summer here in Italy. And since we are getting out of summertime, I just can't avoid it anymore. Not only are we moving to Guam, but instead of doing a full 2 years here in Italy, our time is getting cut short and we are moving to Guam this December. I was shocked when I found out that we were gonna have to leave so soon. The fact that we were leaving, I was very disappointed and hurt. As you all know, I love living in Italy, love it. And I wanted to stay here longer. I wanted to try to extend, but that was not an option. So, based on myself and my husband's criteria, we just kind of felt like Guam was really the next best choice. Actually, I won't say it was the next best choice, but we actually were trying to go to Rota, but they wouldn't let us go soon enough. So out of the circumstances that were presented to us, we decided to choose Guam. I'm kind of meh about Guam, honestly. I've heard mostly positive things about Guam, so my issue with moving has nothing to do with where we're going to Guam, and has a lot to do with just not really wanting to leave Italy. I feel like recently I have really been doing my due diligence and taking steps to immerse myself more into the community and into the culture here. I have just started getting serious about learning the language. I have been trying to connect with locals. I have started going back to church. So the news of having to move just came at such a not so great time. And that makes me sad. I definitely shedded a few tears once I found out that we had to leave, and had to leave so soon. I mean, literally, I just signed Parker up for swim classes for the entire year, and literally I signed her up, and then like the week after we were told we were gonna have to move. So yeah, I just wasted a little bit of money, but nonetheless, I have really just made peace with it. And I am choosing to focus on what time I have left here. I am excited about going back home, and I'm not talking about home to the United States, Guam, but we are going back to see family this Christmas. So I'm looking forward to that. And then there is a positive side to moving to Guam. It's helping me to make peace with this move. So let's do a little bit of military verbiage, language 101 from a military spouse perspective. So if you are active duty military, please don't come for me if I do not get all the terms correct. But the positive thing about going to Guam is that these orders that my husband selected are considered hot fill orders. So hot fill orders are essentially orders that have been on the books for a very, very long time, or they're orders that are of a significant priority and they need to be filled immediately. And so the good thing about hot fill orders is that because they've been sitting on the books for a while, I believe the detailers try to do things to make the order seem more enticing. And one of the things that the detailers will do is on the back end give the person who is going to take the orders almost like a promise guarantee that you can go where you want next. And so that has helped me to make peace with these orders to Guam. These orders are hot fill, and because we're leaving early and they're hot fill, we have been given the verbal and written promise that we are going to be coming back to Italy in 2 years. So while I'm sad that we are leaving and leaving 6 months early, I am very happy to know that the likelihood of us coming back is significantly increased because of the type of orders that my husband took. In addition to the promise and the assurance that the Navy will send us back to Italy, which is where we want to be after Guam, because my husband decided to take hot fill orders, instead of waiting a year to contact the detailer to kind of, again, make sure the detailer is good on his promise to send us back to Naples, we can contact the detailer after 6 months of being in Guam. I assume that conversation will consist of, hey, talk to the other detailer, put it in my notes, said I was good to go back to Naples. You know, is there a billet that you're tracking around the time frame that I'm supposed to detach from my current command? Yeah, got it, still good, you're going back to Naples. So that's what I envision the conversation is going to be, but of course I will let you all know what actually happened. So again, make sure you subscribe because you got to know this detail. You got to know this information, y'all. Now, as you can see, there's a little bit of hesitancy in my voice. You know, people make promises. People say they're going to do something. This is the Navy. This is the military. There is a overall mission that has to be served. So while we have been giving verbals that the Navy will send us back to Italy after we go to Guam, and the detailer has put the notes and the agreement in my husband's file, you just never know. So I feel like it's a 90% guarantee that we'll be back here. My husband is leaning towards an 80% guarantee, but again, he's been in the Navy for 16 years, and I'm just a very, you know, positive, optimistic, like, hey, whatever you got to say to get us back to Italy, I'm willing to go with it. In preparation for our move to Guam and just trying to make the best of it, I think what is going to help me make the best of our time in Guam is really setting goals of things that I'm going to really work on in order to really set myself up for the next tour in Italy. So first things first, I'm gonna keep learning Italian. I am like very, very adamant about it. I have been studying every day. I'm working with my tutor. My husband has started to take lessons. You know, Parker, once she leaves, we will put her in lessons. So the Daniels household will be a bilingual household by the time we get back here. Also, I want to get into photography. I kind of started trying to teach myself photography, and then I had just kind of stopped doing it, but I do want to get into photography. Also, I'm not the world's greatest swimmer. I actually really can't swim that much at all, but I can survive in the water, y'all. And I'm gonna be living on a tiny island, and I have heard that the experience of living in Guam is so much better when you actually really, you know, partake in water activities, scuba diving, paddle boarding, all that jam. So I really want to learn how to swim / become a better swimmer. Also, y'all, another goal of mine, lose some weight. I'm like trying to start that now, and I feel like I'm failing miserably, but you know, I got time. But that is a big goal, lose some weight. How I'm gonna live on an island where it's hot and warm all year round and not be able to like flaunt what I got. And of course, y'all know I'm going to continue sharing my experience, my journey, and any knowledge that I end up learning as we transition to Guam, as well as we live in Guam. And I'm going to share that with you all on my YouTube channel. So I'm not going anywhere on my channel. And if you are interested and excited and want to partake and kind of live vicariously through me and my family as we transition to Guam and then transition back to Italy, then you need to subscribe to my channel. I will be sharing all of this with you. So thank you all for listening to me, for being caring and being there with me as I come to the grips and the reality of this move. And again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because this move is happening. Literally, it is happening. I am in the process of doing my exiting medical overseas screening. So, you know, I'm going back and rewatching and listening to all the tips that I told myself when I was preparing to come to Italy to help me get through the screening to exit Italy. Again, I'm in the thick of moving. We are, you know, making plans now. So again, you're not going to want to miss it. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will catch you in the next video below.